What is up, everybody? I was talking with a buddy on the phone on here from the YouTube, and we got to talking about the Federal Reserve and all that other junk, and it demonstrated to me how there is a need to get some information out there on what the Federal Reserve is up to. There's a lot of mystery surrounding it, surrounding the fiscal policy of the United States. There's a lot of mystery around what the Federal Reserve all has going on. Now, I'm not going to get into this video about how the Federal Reserve works, but in a nutshell, the Department of the Treasury prints notes, right? The United States Senate and Congress issue bonds, and with the notes that the Department of the Treasury issues bonds to, the Federal Reserve either buys or sells these bonds to control the amount of physical fiat capital that they have in circulation. Now, that's only one of the tools they have at their disposal to stimulate economic flow. But anyway, I wanted to show you the Federal Reserve website really quick because there's nothing totally mysterious or hidden about it. So let's take a look at this real quick. Here's how I usually find this stuff. You type a Google search in here, Federal Reserve Bank, and you see a bunch of different links come up. You can see that I've visited these before. Now, where it's tricky is to find the actual balance sheet of the Federal Reserve Bank. And I don't know if they're trying to be convoluted on purpose, but let's see. I think it's in Banking Information and Regulation. Nope. There it is. You see that monetary policy right here? Let me see if I can zoom in for you. See that monetary policy right there? Okay. Then we're going to go to the credit and liquidity programs in the balance sheet. If it'll load here. Okay. We'll scroll down here and see how everything's just sort of type in words. Right here is the Federal Reserve's balance sheet. Okay. All right, let's zoom back out here. Federal Reserve, factors affecting blah, blah, blah. You can read all this crap if you want, but it's got all these different tables and interactive guides. We'll start out the whole thing. Current release of the complete interactive guide. You see where that is? Okay. Here we go. Let's see. Let's zoom in on this real quick. There you go. Now I'll scroll down some. Now, a bank will have pretty much what's called assets and liabilities, okay? Assets are being accounts payable or cash on hand, and liabilities are going to be, bonds outstanding or things like that. What we'll do, these are all in millions of dollars, so this right here, this is 2.8 trillion to give you an idea here, okay? So let's scroll on down here. Factors affecting depository institution, currency and circulation. I always thought that was interesting. 1.1 trillion. That was kind of fun. But what's cool is it'll give you the idea of change. Like if they're taking money out of circulation or adding it. See, check this out. This right here is they took $1,626,000,000 out of circulation, but at September 21st they added 88.4 billion. We'll get into the repurchase agreements and stuff like that, what all that means later on. And if anybody knows more about it or has stuff, you can go ahead and let me know. Now, this is an interesting thing. Marketable securities held in custody for foreign official and international accounts. It's 3.5, almost 3.6 trillion. And let's see, it's added since September 21st. It's added 116 billion to that. It was kind of interesting, you know. And that is in U.S. Treasuries plus federal agency securities. Gotta zoom out just a little bit here. Let's get some more on the screen. Anyway, what I'm gonna do real quick is scroll down to the down in Table 9 is where they have everything put all together. It starts here in 8, but Table 9 has the good stuff. Statement of each Federal Reserve Bank. Because if you're going to San Francisco, you have each one broken down. Okay, and if you wanted to see where each bank in each zone has it, you can kind of take a look at it there. But let's go back up to Section 9, Section 8, where we have assets and liabilities here. Consolidated statement of condition of all federal assets. Gold certificate account. That is in millions of dollars again, so that's 11 billion in gold certificates. Special drawing rights certificate account, I do not know what that is. Coin, $2 billion in coin. Security repurchase agreements and loans, 2.6 in securities. Now remember what I was telling you about U.S. Treasury securities? These are the treasuries that are printed and authorized by Congress, that are sent and bought and sold by the Federal Reserve to control the money that's in circulation. So they happen to have like $1.6 trillion in U.S. Treasury securities right now that they can either sell or continue to hold. This is notes and bonds nominal. I don't know what the difference is between notes and currency, just being honest with you. That there's nothing going on with the repurchase agreements, that's good. Now the portfolio holdings of Maiden Lane Limited Liability Corporation, this looks like the Federal Reserve has like a whole entire company under its holding right now, so it's kind of interesting. Other assets I find are interesting because you got $198 billion in other assets. You know, like what is that? You know, Beanie Babies? But finally, I will get down to some of these liabilities. Now, total liabilities is 2.7 trillion. Now, what's counted in liabilities is actual Federal Reserve notes that are in circulation, and it's just they have it as outstanding liabilities as they can. It can purchase the treasuries that they have should they introduce them to the market. What I want to find here is the that I found it the other day. It was the mortgage-backed securities total. Now, if you guys remember the I was going to try to highlight that. Can't quite highlight it. There we go. If you remember, the mortgage-backed security thing are those home bonds that we isolated and then made took them off the market so that they didn't sink the whole system. Like this $850 billion worth of mortgage-backed securities, they each represent bonds that are groups of loans and houses that have been foreclosed or whatever. They're very volatile right now. And the the Federal Reserve hasn't done anything with it. Like I've been watching this number, this almost $1 trillion, uh, since since about 2009. I've been keeping an eye on this, but like here it is. Here is where the Federal Reserve has $850 billion worth of mortgage bond liability that's been just taken off the market. Like they've put currency out there, $850 billion worth for for this this freaking mortgage-backed security that, and they have it set as a liability, or I'm sorry, they have it set as an asset, and this is $850 billion worth of houses that aren't occupied right now on loans that are being foreclosed on. Uh, I don't know, man. To me, it's not too much of a mystery what all it comes from. Why shit's expensive? Well, you got $850 billion out there that was printed up to buy those mortgage loans that don't really represent anything. You know what I'm saying? So, this video is a bit of a mess, and I promise I will do a better one once I get some feedback. If you can, please feel free to comment. Tell me what you think. Um, let me know. Let me know if there's anything else you'd like to see on here or any mistakes that I've made. I'm all ears. We'll see y'all later.